Welcome back to English TV Live, everyone. This is episode number 19. If you are new here, my name is Jacob. We are live for English TV Live from Monday to Friday at the same time every day on Facebook. If you would like to become part of our private community, there's an excellent opportunity for you there. We're opening it to the public soon. Follow the link in the description of this video. It will take you to our website where you can sign up to join our waitlist, and you'll be notified about all of the awesome things that we have going on at English TV Live. Today, we are going to talk about conditional sentences. Conditional sentences. Now, conditional sentences can be quite difficult. There are quite a few of them, quite a few different types. We're going to be talking about zero conditionals and first conditionals today. Now, let's talk generally about conditional sentences. Basically, with a conditional sentence, you have two parts to the sentence. You have the conditional clause, that's the if clause, if blah, 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 blah. And then you have the consequence of the conditional clause, the result. And we're going to talk, like I said, about zero conditionals and first conditionals. So let's start with the zero conditional. Now, this type of conditional is all about facts. If this thing happens, this other thing happens. Okay, so for example, if it rains, the grass gets wet. That's something that happens. Okay, if it rains, the grass gets wet. You'll often hear zero conditionals used to talk about scientific facts. Okay, if you heat ice, it melts. That is what's going to happen. If you heat ice, it melts. You can use heat as a noun. You can also use it as a verb. If you heat ice, basically that means if you apply heat to ice, it will melt. That's what's going to happen. If you mix red and blue, you get purple. If you mix red and blue, you get a new color. You get purple. Now, one interesting thing about the zero conditional, we don't always have to use it to talk about scientific facts. We can also use it, and we often do use it, when we are giving instructions to people. Okay, when we're telling someone what to do. If we want to use a conditional sentence, we use the zero conditional very often. Okay, here's an example. Imagine that you have to leave someplace really early, and your friend was expecting you to be there. Okay, and you're talking to another friend who's in the same location as you, but you have to leave right away, and you're worried that your friend who's not there yet is going to be mad at you. You could tell your one friend who you're with, let's say that your friend, this is a confusing example now, but let's say your friend Dawn is expecting to see you eventually. You could say, if Dawn calls, tell him I'm sorry. You have to leave. You're not going to be able to see Dawn, even though Dawn is expecting you. If Dawn calls, tell him I'm sorry. That's an example of the zero conditional. We're giving instructions to people. Sometimes we use it for that. Very often we use it for that purpose. Here's a very common one too. This is something that is maybe common in Western culture. I don't know if it's common in all of your countries too, but imagine you're walking down the street and you see your friend. You haven't seen your friend in a while, and the two of you start talking with each other. And let's say your friend is married. Let's say your friend is married. So you're talking to your friend, let's call her Lisa, and her husband's name, let's say, is Tom. So you could say to Lisa, if you see Tom, tell him I say hi. If you see Tom, tell him I say hi. We often say that to people when we want them to tell other people that we say hello. It's something that's common in Western culture. Oh, if you see her, tell her I say hi. Oh, if you see him, tell him I say hi. And this is another example of the zero conditional. So I want to ask you guys a question now. I want to give you a task to complete in this live lesson, and I'll do my best to respond to everyone's comments. Imagine again, lots of examples of you with your friends. Imagine you're with your friend and your friend feels really sad about something, and they're telling you about why they feel sad. You're there, you're comforting them, but eventually you have to leave, okay? So you want your friend to feel comfortable, and you want to tell your friend that they can call you anytime to talk about how they feel. I want you to complete the following sentence. Imagine that you're speaking to your friend, you're about to tell them that you have to leave, and you say to them, if you feel sad, blah, 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 blah. Complete the sentence using the zero conditional. If you feel sad, blah, 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 blah. Let me know what you would say to your friend. If you feel sad, what do you want them to do? Remember, you're giving instructions to them, okay? You're telling them what to do if they feel sad. I see Sarah is watching. I see Muds Nagtalan is watching. Gilka is watching. Mario from Guatemala. That's awesome. Nim is watching too. Here's a good sentence from Sao. If you boil water, it evaporates. Very good. Perfect. Okay, we have some sentences coming in. I says, if you feel sad, call me. Perfect, right? If you feel sad, call me. If you feel sad, feel free to share with me. If you feel sad, feel free to share with me, says Lutfun. I would say feel free to call me, or feel free to share your feelings with me if you want to use the word share. But share with me sounds a little confusing, because when we share something with someone, usually it's a thing that we're sharing. You should share cookies with your friends if you have cookies, for example. So I would probably say feel free to share your feelings with me or something if you wanted to use share. If you feel sad, feel free to call me, says Colleen. Very nicely done. Give me a ring. Ooh, there's a nice expression. To give someone a ring means to call them in English. If you feel sad, give me a ring. Call me. Nicely done. Go out with your friends, says Tammy. Hey, that's a good solution. If you feel sad, go out with your friends. Don't contact me. Go out with your friends. If you feel sad, talk to me. If you feel sad, says Patricia, call my friend Jacob and speak to him. All right, if you feel sad, call Jacob. Hopefully I don't get a bunch of calls right after this from all of your sad friends. If you feel sad, don't hesitate to call me. Perfect. All right, it seems like you guys really understand this, so great job. If you feel sad, talk to your mom. If you feel sad, cry on my shoulder. There's a nice expression too. Sometimes we say in English, if you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm here for you. Another conditional sentence. If you feel sad, come and talk to me. If you need a shoulder to cry on, come talk to me. Okay, so it seems like you guys get the zero conditional. We're talking about facts. We can also use it to give instructions. Now let's switch our focus to first conditionals. Notice when we were talking about the zero conditional, the formation was if plus simple present plus simple present. With first conditionals, the formation is a little bit different. It's if plus simple present plus simple future, future simple, okay? And the difference is that we're still talking about things that are probably going to happen this time, okay? So before we were talking about things that were certainly going to happen. Now we're talking about things that will probably happen in the future. The probable result, the probable outcome, okay? So for example, if it rains today, you will get wet. Imagine you see your partner leaving the house without an umbrella, and it might rain. You're concerned that it might rain that day. You could tell your partner, If it rains today, you will get wet. Now, is this 100% true? Are we certain about this 100%? No. Maybe they won't get wet. Maybe they will find an umbrella on their way to work and they'll have an umbrella ready to use. Maybe they won't get wet. But it's likely, it's very probable that they will get wet. So that's what we're speaking about here. Something that is very likely to happen in the future. If you don't hurry, you will be late for work. If you don't hurry, you will be late for work. Once again, is this 100% true? We don't know, but it's very likely in that example. Imagine you wake up and you realize that you slept in too late, and I'm sure everyone has had that feeling before when your alarm didn't go off, or even worse, when you turned your alarm off once it rang already. I've done that many times. That horrible feeling you get in your stomach when you're going to be late for work. So imagine your partner sees you and they say, if you don't hurry, you will be late for work. You have to hurry. Now, we can also use modal verbs here to talk about the different levels of certainty. Okay? That may sound confusing. Once I give you some examples, it won't be confusing. Okay? If, and thank you, Sarah, for the kind words. Okay? Imagine your friend. So many friends. You guys have lots of friends today. Imagine you, let's think about a different example. So imagine you want to go to this party. You heard about a party going on and you want to go, but no one has invited you yet. Very sad, I know. And one of your friends says to you about someone who's going to the party, if he invites you, you should go. We're using a modal verb here. If he invites you, you should go. This is still the first conditional. We're giving advice now. Okay? Here's another example. If you don't call him, he might be upset. If you don't call him, he might be upset. Notice the level of certainty here. We're not entirely certain, but he might be upset if you don't call him. These are some examples of how we can use the first conditional. Now I have some questions for you guys, 2 more that I want you to complete in the sentences. If you study English every day, maybe change that. If I study English every day, what will the result be? Try to use the first conditional here. If I study English every day, I will, I might. What will the result be? Shui is saying, if I will arrive in time at the train station, I will arrive at the office. Here's how you could rephrase that. If I arrive on time at the train station, I will be on time for work. You could say it like that. Here's a better way to say that. You might want to specify the time. So if I get to the train station by 10 o'clock, I'll arrive at the office on time. That's probably more likely how you would express that idea. If I arrive here by this time, then the result will happen. I'll be on time. I'll catch my flight. I will be in an advanced level. Tammy, it would be better to say, here's a nice way to phrase that. You could say, I'll reach an advanced level. I'll be an advanced speaker, you could say too. When we're working towards goals, we often use that word reach. I'll reach this level, especially when we're talking about levels that we want to reach. I'll reach an advanced level. Alina says, if I study English every day, I might begin thinking in it. Ooh, very nice sentence. I like that a lot. And yes, that's probably true. If I study English every day, I'll speak it fluently. Nicely done. If I will study English every day, I will get an English native wife. You could say I'll marry a native English speaker. How about that? If I study English every day, I will be able to speak fluently. Nice. Okay, and last sentence for today. This is another practice session after practice sentence. After this, I'm going to head over to our private group at EnglishTVLive where we're going to continue practicing using the zero and first conditionals, but final sentence of the day, final challenge of the day. This is something that we asked our private members, okay? If you stop doing things, it's a long sentence here, okay? If you stop doing things that you know you shouldn't do, finish the sentence. And again, you can change you to I. If I stop doing things that I know I shouldn't do, what will happen? That's my question for you. All of us, no matter how successful or how efficient we are or how well behaved we are, I would be willing to guess that all of us do things that we know we shouldn't do. And perhaps for, again, I would say all of us, even when we're doing them, we're conscious of the fact that we shouldn't do them. Maybe it's checking your phone and wasting time on your phone. It could be a million different things, and probably is a million different things too. Things that you do that you know you shouldn't do. Tammy says, my life will be better. Good, so if I stop doing things that I know I shouldn't do, my life will be better. And again, that's probably true, okay? It's not 100% true like I would probably argue that it is 100% true, but for the purpose of the zero and first conditionals, we're talking about something that is likely to happen, right? So Tammy says, if I stop doing things that I know I shouldn't do, my life will be better. I'll be happier, says Sanda. Yeah, probably. You guys have any things that you're doing right now or that you have been doing over the past little while that you know you shouldn't be doing? I'm sure you do. Maybe this live English lesson will help you stop doing them. A. Saeed says, I will feel more comfortable. Nice. That's a good one. Alina says, if I stop doing things that I know I shouldn't do, I will get on a higher level. Okay. Sounds a little confusing to me because we don't really know what higher level you mean there. It's a little unclear. I mean, I know what you're saying, that your life will improve, and you could say, I'll reach a higher level of satisfaction, or I'll be more satisfied. I'll feel more satisfied, or something like that. Maybe satisfaction would be a good word to use there. If I stop learning English, I know I couldn't have English friends. Colleen, you could say, I won't feel regret as I do now. So stop doing things that you know you shouldn't do. I will find peace, says Mary. That's a good one. If I stop doing things that I know I should not do, I'll be happier. My anxiety would be absolutely less. Sarah, you could say I would reduce my anxiety, or I will be less anxious. How about that? And I think that's probably true for all of us. Okay? That's about it, you guys. I hope you enjoyed English TV Live episode number 19, and I hope you feel more comfortable using zero and first conditionals. I am going to head over to our private group to continue practicing with our private members. If you would like to become a member in the future, we're going to open the doors to the public soon. We're going to be experimenting over the next little while with other teachers who will be joining us. But if you would like to stay informed about all of the things that are happening at English TV Live, you can follow the link in the description of this video. It will take you to our website where you can fill out the form. There's a wait list there, or the form is for the wait list. click the sign up button once you're done, and you'll be on the wait list. Okay? So that's about it for today. I hope that all of you have a fantastic Wednesday. We will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be back with Lloyd. So we'll be talking about, I think we're going to be talking about romantic relationships. So we're going to be having a conversation about that. It'll be great listening practice for all of you. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a fantastic rest of the week, or until tomorrow. Have a fantastic Wednesday. Bye-bye, everyone. See you later.